Wake up with that feeling in my forehead, still drunk with those feelings I can't forget. I stuck on a picture of a brunette, heart stop with my fingers on the first fret. Fall asleep in your headset, I hang up and I hope that you get rest, cause I'll stream sad songs through my ethernet, fade away in my room like a silhouette. I play and I cry all alone as I wish for a place that we can finally call home. Wake up with that feeling in my forehead, still drunk with those feelings I can't forget. I stuck on a picture of a brunette, heart stop with my fingers on the first fret. And I play and I cry all alone as I wish for a place that we can finally call home. And I play and I cry all alone. Wake up with that feeling in my forehead, still drunk with those feelings I can't forget. I stuck on a picture of a brunette, heart stop with my fingers on the first fret. Fall asleep in your headset, I hang up and I hope that you get rest, cause I'll stream sad songs through my ethernet, fade away in my room like
Sorry, man. I'm such an idiot. You'd think at this point I would be like an actual professional at this stuff, but I guess I'm not. You know, you'd think I'd actually know how to get my camera to work and all of that. But hey, I do have my color grade on now, so I should look really cool, and everything should look all moody, which is how we like these videos looking, don't we? How you guys doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see ya. Sorry about that. How are you? We have a crazy update today to do with the 8 passengers. Like, it is ridiculous. Like, it is really quite weird. The information is like kind of just dropped. I mean, there's a few stuff that I haven't really covered. Like, I've kind of, I've been working on the documentary. I've been working really hard on my 8 passengers documentary. It's looking to be like it's gonna end up being like a 2-parter now. But yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, it's actually insane. So that's what we'll be doing today. Is we'll be looking at the update for that. I'm just trying to like make sure that all my streaming stuff works. So before we probably get into it, how are you guys doing? The song sounds good. I'm glad you guys like it, man. Some people, it might not be your taste of the stuff that I make, I guess. I'll probably release it sometime soon. It's it's just a short thing. I just have been messing around for a bit, with my guitar and making songs and shit. So maybe we'll drop something at some point. Maybe, I don't know. If people like it, then obviously I'll get to it even faster. I just can't use it as the stream intro because it's copyright free, because I own it. So like I hope nobody can really. Nobody can get on me about, like, copyright stuff because it's mine. But also, I guess, friendly reminder that the clothing is out right now. I just want to say thank you to everybody who has picked up, like, a hoodie or a t-shirt. Like, it is just so crazy to me to see, like, all of the support that you guys have shown on that front. Like, it is just, like, it is just wild to me. So thank you if you've been tagging me, being like, but you've got a hoodie or whatever, because it means a lot. I think my alert should be working now. So if anybody donates or subs, becomes a member to the channel, which, by the way, greatly appreciate it if you go that far. I'd rather you bought a hoodie, but if you do go that far, I should be able to see. All right, let's shout out some people in the chat first of all. Let's go through the chat and see what we got. I love my hoodie. Thank you, Garlic Smells. Katie, I bought all 3. That's huge, Katie. Thank you. Shout out Katie Brett. Hi, Alex. Hello, Beep Baboop. Wearing it right now, thank you. I'm in the unreleased black t-shirt currently. So, maybe I'll release it at some point. What was the song in the intro? It's by me. I mean, currently, it's... I haven't really titled it. It's called Silhouette. I'm like, that might be hard to spell. Some people won't be able to spell that. So, I don't know if I'm going to call it that. But I haven't released it yet. I will, maybe. Emma, thank you for becoming a member. Can we get some love in the chat for Emma, guys? If we could get some hearts in the chat. The black hearts. That would be cool. I'm really hoping my alerts work on OBS. But I don't know. They seem to just be not great. I don't know. They just don't seem to be working. I don't know what I've done wrong. I love the intro song. Thank you. How much are the hoodies? You can check in the description if you want to get one. They're expensive, to be fair. I guess what most people are expecting. Summer says the hoodie is so warm. Oh, thank you, Summer. I'm glad you like it. I love the song. Making me cry. Wow, that's a hell of an emotional response. There we go, Emma. Why is it still the picture of me laughing at the monkey with a banana? I changed that. I actually changed that. I changed that. Didn't I? This is when I realised I didn't change it. Please don't hit that button. I need to fix that. I don't want it to be the picture of the monkey. I changed it. I changed it. Alright, it's no longer the picture of the monkey. So now if you become a member, you will no longer become monk. Okay? Everything should be updated now. Thank you for testing it, though. I'm glad we know that it works, I guess. What a shame, but we had to find out that way. I will get all of my streaming stuff working at some point. I promise that I will. Anyway, we should probably begin, so people actually know what's going on, and we get into what we're actually talking about instead of waffling way too much. So there is a update in the 8 passengers situation, specifically to do with Kevin.
It's been a little while.
Shut up, T-Spill. We're gonna watch the T-Spill video because it's easier than going through everything individually, I think. This is as lazy as I possibly could get, but we're live streaming, so it's okay. Oh my god, they're massive. Why are they so big? It's a massive Jodie Hildebrand and a massive Ruby Frank. I don't want that. There we go. Cool. But basically, there's a really insane update where the dad has come out and tried to charge like the oldest sibling, the oldest sister, which is Sherry. How do you pronounce it? Is it Shari or Sherry? I need to get this right for when I do the documentary. But Shari, I'm pretty sure. But it's well, we're gonna watch this and see, I guess, how weird this is. Michelle, thank you for the $20. That's huge, $20. Happy Friday, sending good vibes from Los Angeles, California. One of my favorite places on the planet. I do quite like Los Angeles. Thank you, Michelle. Been there a few times. Chloe, thank you for the £2. Look at that. Free super chat. I didn't realise that for some reason the donations are formatted that way. They shouldn't be. Super chats. There you go. Thanks to you guys, I can fix everything that's gone wrong here. So I fixed that now. So now that will now load in properly, which is cool. Okay. I'm just like tweaking some more settings because for some reason I don't have a like a chat available, which is annoying. Let me get a YouTube chat available so I can read what you guys are saying whilst the stream is going on. There we go. Cool. I now have a chat available. Thank you for everybody who pledges money towards the channel, by the way. Greatly appreciated. Look at that. That is not a picture of me. Why is that there? That's me, I guess. Thank you for subscribing. Does that happen for everybody who subscribes on YouTube? I hope not. It shouldn't. It should not happen. Is that what happens if you're new and you subscribe? Does that happen? I need to turn that off if so. Thank you for becoming a member, Min. I appreciate that. Much love. Thank you. Let me put that there. That's cool. Let's put that in the corner. Thank you for the £2. E-boys come back when? Never. Okay. It's never happening. When are we going to start the video? I'm just doing some little settings things, and then, you know, I'm trying to make sure all this stuff works, basically. I want to make sure that, you know, that I can actually stream this and it's not going to be massively interrupted. Okay, here we go. I'll get a hoodie the second I get paid. Well, Phoebe, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see what T-Spill has to say about this. Let's go.
It's been a little while since we've talked about any updates on the Ruby Franke and Jody Hildebrandt arrest, and that's mainly because things have been pretty quiet. A lot of stuff is playing out in family court, which is being kept private, so we probably won't be hearing anything substantial until a bail hearing.
That is the thing right now, is because it is now with the court. A lot of the stuff that's happening is under lock and key. So there isn't really much to talk about. There's a few things that I've seen that I'm like, oh, I'll just kind of put this in a documentary instead of like throwing a YouTube video up about it, because obviously we did a lot of videos on it, and I don't want to just like do loads. And I'm working very hard on this documentary to make it very good. Like I want it to be, you know, like I want to be proud of the work that we're doing on there. Thank you, Lily, for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate that. Like I want to make sure that it's something that is enjoyable and that people will, you know, be happy with, really. So sorry that it's taken way longer than I thought it was going to. In all honesty, I got through kind of like, I recorded an hour of the documentary and scrapped it because I just felt like it was wrong. So I've started the whole thing from scratch, but now it should go a lot faster. So hopefully that will be out, and I'm going to post it on this channel now. I was originally going to post it on my main channel, but now I'm going to post it on this channel. Thank you for the £2 to the person whose username looks like that. I'd assume that's Chloe's. Can I get a hi to Chloe? Hello, Chloe. Thank you. Thank you, Phoebe, for the £2 as well. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Very nice of you guys. Thank you. Not the Orange Lucasade. We love the Orange Lucasade. It's the best one.
It's now been over a month of Ruby and Jody sitting in jail, and from my understanding so far, there's no set date for any future bail hearings, so it could look like they'll be stuck in jail for quite some time still. We finally got a little bit more insight into what's been going on thanks to the news station KUTV, who've been following this case extensively. They obtained reports that give us a little bit more understanding on what happened on the day that Ruby was arrested and where Sherry stands with Kevin Franke. A lot of people have been wanting to know if Kevin and Sherry are on good terms, and according to these reports, that's highly unlikely. There's a lot to go over, so let's get into it.
I do love T-Spill, by the way. What a YouTube channel, by the way. They are great. Big shout out to T-Spill for condensing all of this information into something that's easier to watch. Sorry.
There's been a lot of questions surrounding the arrest of Ruby and Jody, and as the days go on, more and more documents are starting to come out that help paint a better picture of what exactly happened the day they were arrested. What we knew last time was that the two youngest kids were located at Jody's house, the two oldest siblings, Sherry and Chad, were off on their own, and the status of the two middle siblings were unknown. KUTV released an article giving us a bit of insight into what Ruby did on the day that she was arrested and who she handed the two middle siblings over to.
Is T-Spill like AI? Because the way they pronounce unknown, that was not real, right? Are they AI? Are they a real person? I don't know. I've known them for years, but I don't really know them, I guess. I can't tell if it's AI or not. Yeah, that is the thing about this situation, right? Is that we don't actually know really where two of the kids were. And I didn't realize that, Chad, because you haven't really heard from anybody. You just haven't heard from anybody at all. Which is just so... I guess, is it strange? I feel like I'm quite confused that more stuff hasn't, like, been come out and, like, said by, like, the kids who weren't trapped in the house. Obviously the younger ones, they'll be being looked after and, kept out of the way. But it's one of those things where I'm amazed that the older kids haven't come out, like, in a YouTube video and said, like, what the experience was like living there. I feel like we will at some point. But, yeah, currently we haven't. I guess it will probably happen after the court case, if it does.
According to documents obtained by KUTV, officers showed up to Ruby's house, they knocked on the door, and after getting no response, they knocked down the door and made entry into the home. They found no presence in the home, which led them to reach out to Sherry.
So they smashed the door down to find Ruby Franke. I didn't realize that's what happened. That's fucking insane. Like, I listened to the 911 call the other day, like, whilst I was making the documentary video that I'm doing. And, like, it's crazy. So it's no surprise to me that they just came in and were like, we're going to get this woman. We're going to get her. Because I've covered a lot of stuff on YouTube, and I think the 8-passenger stuff is some of the most, like, evil shit I've ever seen. Like, it is wild how mental it actually gets. And when you go through, like, all of the stuff that hasn't really been covered, I guess, as much because of the current case and the kids, the stuff that hasn't been covered as much, I guess, like the connections page, or like in the documentary, I think I'm gonna dedicate like 25 minutes of it to that, because it's like just insane. Like, it's literally just insane what they are up to, like, and what they were doing. It's just so crazy to me. I am currently making a like long video that puts like everything ideally in place. Obviously, I'm just not rushing it. I think I'm going to do it like part 1 and part 2. So I'll get onto it at some point. But yeah, I'm working on it in the background. It's just taking a lot of time, and I'm moving on Wednesday, so I'm quite busy. Thank you for the super chats, by the way, guys. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you for the £2. Can I please give you a full body massage, Alex? No.
They were told one of the siblings was at work and ended up leaving, saying that they had a family emergency. When police reviewed the footage of them leaving their work, they noticed that they were picked up by someone named Pam Bodtcher. Now, who exactly is Pam Bodtcher? Well, Pam herself was once involved in connections and apparently had very close ties to Jody. This is what it has to say about Pam over on the Connections website.
I'm sorry, but this is a cult. Like, this is a cult, what they have. Right? Like, this connections thing, this is an actual cult. What they have created. Like, they have created a cult where they are using to, like, move these kids around. To, like, keep them, like, keep an eye on them, I guess. This is so insane. Because, like, obviously Jody and Ruby are, you know, publicly hand in hand making videos together. But the fact that, like, you know, if you've seen the videos of, like, Ruby crying next to Jody, it's like, this is like, you know, it's like something like out of Midsummer. Fucking scary white people. Which is what these Mormons are. It's one of those things where it's like so clear that they're in a cult. I mean, I guess like if you're already part of like a religion like that, then, you know, and I've had a lot of people speak to me about like the Utah Mormon community, and a lot of people like, it's very interesting. I'll get comments on my videos that like, it's a cult, and then I'll get people go, I'm a Mormon and I don't think it's a cult, and I'll be like, I'm a Mormon and it definitely was, and I've left. And I'm like, okay, as a Utahn, I'd appreciate the coverage. My partner lives in the UK. Not enough people hearing about this. He asked what I was on about. Save Utah. Yeah, I've been told that Utah's a bit wild. I've learned a lot new stuff about that state. Really, but I didn't think I'd ever learn about. I didn't think I'd ever learn this much about Utah, and apparently, like how if you're in there, it can be quite weird, like the way that some people like have like banded together. I guess. Scary. Well, thank you for the £5. Is everything okay with you, George and Arthur Hill? Not seen you do videos together lately. Yeah, everything's fine. I mean, I just like post more, and we just like, you know, we're just doing our own thing, and like I'm moving out on Wednesday. I've just put all of my time and focus into working on the documentary stuff, really. So that's just what I'm doing, and yeah, that's really it. There's you know, I went and played football with them today. So, hey, Summer, £50 super chat. That's wild. That's crazy, man. That's insane. I just want to say hi. You're doing a great job. I only know what is happening in the world because of you. Well, on the internet. Because of me. But I appreciate that. I'm doing my best. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's a crazy donation, man. £50. If we can get some love in the chat for Summer, I'd greatly appreciate that. Thank you. That's wild. That's wild.
Pam Bodtcher is the president of Connections Foundation. She has a degree in interpersonal communications, a mother of 7 and a grandmother of 14.
That's not a real degree.
She has served for 6 years on the Symphony Board of Directors.
Mother of 7 and grandmother of 14. What? Okay, what is it with these religious people in Utah, like the 8 passengers, 6 children, and Summer, or Pam Bodtcher, who's got a mother of 7, who's a mother of 7. What is it with these people and having so many kids and then like being part of like abusing children? Like, what is going on here? What is happening? Thank you for the super chats, by the way. I do appreciate that. Like, why are these people who are like have so many children? Like, I guess I understand why you hate them, because you have too many. Stop having kids. They don't believe in contraception. Fucking obviously. Jesus Christ. This is insane, man. It's part of the religion to have as many as possible. Yeah, spread it. Indoctrinate as many people. It's just nut jobbery. That's what this is. This is just prime nut jobbery from all of them. No wonder, like, this shit carries on spreading, because, like, even if half your kids leave the religion, you've still got 4 left in. Fuck me.
Directors and 2 years on the Utah Metropolitan Ballet Board of Directors. Now, from what I've been seeing over the years with Connections, Pam never really seemed to have a direct involvement in the videos that Ruby and Jody were making. We never saw her on camera, and it seems like she had a more of a behind-the-scenes involvement with Connections. Jody's niece actually spoke out and confirmed that Pam was close with Jody and had some involvement in what was going on over at Connections.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen, there's been like a big interview that was on the Mormon channel, like Life of Mormon or whatever it's called. I'm not really too specifically sure. I've just seen it appear with all the 8 passengers stuff, and they interviewed a relative of Jody Hildebrandt, who was basically saying about how like insane she was. I didn't really cover it because of the fact that you know, I kind of laid off a bit when I was like working on my documentary and trying to put everything in one place. It's yeah, it's just so crazy. Like that interview, they talk about like a lot of stuff about how like weirdly abusive they were. Like Jody Hildebrandt, I think, was very weird about sex with their niece. Like, they're just fucking odd people, obviously. We know that.
I asked Jessie if she knew Pam during her time living with Jody.
Pam Bodtcher, when I was living with Jody, Pam Bodtcher was around. She was Jody's like best friend. And I didn't realize that she was connected in this. I mean, I have very strong feelings towards Pam because of not that she was directly applying abuse, like just she wasn't like actually involved, but she was one of the people that was like constantly surveilling, like they're like the surveillance of like reporting back to Jodi.
So obviously the fact that the siblings were being picked up by Pam was very concerning. KUTV reported on Pam, writing, Springville officers were then heading to American Fork to speak with Bodtcher. They were contacted by Utah County Major Crimes detectives who were at a home in American Fork, and they told officers that both children were located. After dialogue and questioning, Bodtcher then explained that around noon that day, she received a call from Ruby Franke, who told her that she had a family emergency and asked if Bodtcher could pick up her 2 kids. According to Bodtcher, Ruby asked her if her 2 children could go to her house with her for a while. Bodtcher told the officers that the request was not odd, since she had the 2 kids over to her residence before to do housework and other chores for her.
Oh my god. They're using the kids as slaves. That's sick. That's fucking unreal. Wow. It's not unusual for the children to be here, for I make them do thy dishes and cut my grass. Wow, Ruby Franke had kids just to turn them into, like, I know that whole thing is like, it's community. You know, you've got to work, but it's like, this isn't a modern day life for a child. Housework and chores, you know, because these kids, how old are they? They're like, the oldest ones are about 17, 18. They're not that old. And the youngest one, and then it's like, you know, to like 8. There's like a 10-year difference, I'm pretty sure, around the kids, I think. Don't quote me on that. But I think it's around about then, you know. So, like, which kids are the ones? Like, you're not getting, like, 11-year-olds to do the house chores, are you? Like this? For other people? Well, I guess they are. I mean, that's hardly the worst thing they've got them doing. Yeah, I guess it is free labor. You know? What the fuck? These people are fucking crazy. I can't believe this. I can't believe this is, like, how people live. Like, you know. It's insane.
It seems a little bit strange to me that these kids were going over to what is essentially Ruby's coworker's house and being made to do housework and chores for her. Wow. KUTV continued writing, the 2 girls were informed by a DCFS worker that they were to stay with their oldest sister, Sherry, or be placed with a foster family. Initially, the 2 didn't want to leave Bodtcher's home, but were eventually placed with their older sister. What's interesting to hear is that they wanted to stay at Pam's house. It makes me wonder if, since Sherry was estranged from her family, maybe Ruby and Jodi had been feeding the rest of the siblings lies to make them think something was bad about Sherry.
Oh, yeah, they definitely have done, especially if you know what Ruby Franke said about her own kids. So, like, she's accused one of her own kids of being, like, a criminal, and the reason that they were locked in the basement was, like, I don't know if their own good, because, like, if they got out, they'd, like, ruin everything and destroy the world and, you know. It's no surprise to me that, like, they've left the religion, tried to get away, I guess, realised, you know, gone to college, realised that they've been brainwashed by their mental parents. And they've just tried to make Sherry look like the worst person imaginable to the children. So the children are, number one, scared of her, because they don't realise, you know, they're so young, they don't realise that that's not true. Also in fear of leaving. So I reckon if they've ever, you know, I reckon what happened to Sherry, what happened to Chad, as we've seen, Chad lost his bedroom. If you're a kid, you wouldn't want to fucking piss off Ruby Franke, because if you pissed off Ruby Franke, she might take your bedroom away. So of course you'd be massively on edge. You'd be like, you'd be terrified, man. You'd be fucking terrified of this shit. You'd be like, what the fuck? I don't want to, you know, fuck her. I don't want to go with her. Let me stay here. Like, this woman's crazy. As soon as you break off from the family, you're like public enemy number 1. Holy shit, Izzy. Izzy with the £70 super chat. Guys, you don't have to do that. That's a lot of money. Man. Honestly, buy a hoodie. Buy a hoodie, man. Look in the description below. Buy a hoodie instead. You don't have to send me 70 quid for nothing. Oh, man, you guys are crazy. Thank you so much. If you guys are in this stream, by the way, and you're watching this, a like would be cool. It'd be great to see how many active people we've got in the chat. Thank you so much, Izzy, for the £70. That's very cool of you. Your first super chat. That's sick. Thank you. And then Emma, thank you for the £5. You can't understand these people unless you look at their religious beliefs. Yeah, you know, obviously I'm going to be very careful with just, like, dogging on religion. Because, like, I don't want to do that to people who, like, aren't like this. But I do think that the group indoctrination probably hasn't helped with this. And it seems like it's their whole town. You know, like, the whole Connections group. They're all Mormon. They're all doing this shit. You know. Wow. Insane. Hulu put out a doc on this. I haven't seen. That's probably worth watching. Thank you for letting me know. I will give that a watch through. Man. I can't believe what they're doing to these kids, though. Like, it's insane that they are just setting the other kids against them. But I guess you would live in fear, wouldn't you, that you were going to become the next evil villain and that you're going to go to hell and die and burn for eternity, which is 100% what they would be pushing on them.
Obviously, that's just speculation, but it would make a lot of sense. I'm sure they had questions and were wondering why they weren't seeing their own sister who they grew up with all of a sudden, and you just know, Ruby probably had some elaborate story about principles of truth lined out for them. That's not all we learned from KUTV. They also found out
Wait, what the fuck was that haircut? Wait, go back.
Lined out for them. That's not all we learned.
Oh my god, yeah, she was clearly a fucking wrong'un. How did nobody notice this? Look at her. What the fuck? She was clearly a wrong'un. Like, she's clearly been a wrong'un the entire... Look at that. She's clearly been insane the entire time, and nobody noticed. Anybody who gets that haircut should be fucking locked away. That's the Karen haircut. No offense to Karens out there. My mum's called Karen. But that is the haircut that they have, and it's fucking insane. Not my mum, but this woman. Sorry. Sorry, mum.
From KUTV. They also found out that Kevin Franke, the dad, may not be as clueless in this situation as his lawyer is making him out to be. There were some people who started to feel some sympathy for Kevin if he was truly manipulated by Jody.
No, he's also a religious fucking nutcase. And, you know, that's been obvious from the beginning. I've been saying in my videos, I've got no sympathy for this bloke. I've seen the videos. I've seen what he did to Chad. I've seen what he's done to his kid. Like, this guy fucking sucks. He's a horrible bastard. Yeah, don't fucking like him. The American accent is so annoying. I brought a t-shirt. It's so comfortable. I love it. Thank you, Lily. I appreciate that. Alex, you have the same hair. No, I had an emo fringe. It's not the same as the Karen cut. Should I follow you on Twitch? I might stream after this on Twitch. I might stream the new COD. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't decided, because nobody would really watch it. Yeah, he's equally guilty. I agree, Roblo. I think he is. What do you guys think, chat? What do you guys think about Kevin Franke? Can I do a poll? Is there a way to, like... Let me do a quick YouTube poll. I want to see what you guys think about Mr. Kevin Franke. Okay. Let's do a poll, chat. Kevin Franke. Is he guilty? Or innocent? Let's see. I want to see what you guys think. What do you guys think, man? You should be able to vote on that now. Yeah, 100% currently. It instantly went to 100% guilty. Yeah, I think he knew. I think he knew the entire time. You know. Like, I think he knew the entire time that, you know, about what was going on, and he was a part of it, and he was encouraging it. And I think that just because him and Ruby may have separated doesn't mean that, you know, he definitely participated in this. He's 99% guilty, according to the chat, of knowing what was going on. Yeah, I think that obviously he's pretending that he doesn't know to save himself publicly, but if the kids end up with him, that's arguably worse, I think, or just as bad. I don't think he's great. I think all of these religious nut jobs are a problem, but I mean, we're about to find out how fucking awful he is, because when you see what he's about to do, he's crazy.
I feel like no matter what, he's still the adult, and he should have never, ever in a million years have been like, okay, or agreed to walking away from his kids. Whether he was told it would save his marriage or not, it doesn't matter. But still, there were some people who were like, manipulation like this can run deep, and we don't know what kind of mind games Jody was using on Kevin.
The thing is, right, the one thing I will say is when I say he definitely knew what was going on, that doesn't mean that he believed it was abusive. I think he believed that he was just instilling good Mormon values in his children with his wife. That's what I think. I think if you spoke to him, they'd be like, it's good for the kids. That was their whole thing. Like, these guys don't believe they've done anything wrong. They think their kids have been sent from the devil. They're acting like the devil. They're cursed. And they're going through these measures to set them on the God-forgiving, truthful path. That's what they think is going on. Like, that is what they are doing. So they don't think they're abusing their kids. They think they're setting them straight. They think that they're helping them in their own sick and twisted way, because that's what their religion has done, is they've used their religion to make an excuse for the way that they act, and religion basically protects them. So they go, my religion says I should correct these children's behavior, and the religion probably doesn't actually really do that. Maybe it does. Some of them are awful, controversial. Oh, I think that's all my brand work. You know, some of them are not great. They create people like this. And yeah, they use that to basically do away with all of the stuff that they're doing, you know. Because you're protected with religion. Don't judge me. This is my religion. This is how we deal with people in our religion. This is how we are in our religion. So if you think it's weird, you know, you're a bigot. No, I'm mentally sane.
We've heard that Jody has separated other husbands from wives before, and it seems like a pattern with her. Well,
What?
any sympathy anyone had has gone straight out the door. It was revealed by KUTV that Kevin actually tried to press charges against Sherry during Ruby's arrest. KUTV reported that Sherry was allowed to enter the Franke house and get some items for her siblings, who she was now in the care of, and while in the house, she grabbed a few extra items. They wrote, a DCFS caseworker was also at the home gathering items for the two other children who were in the state's custody in southern Utah after they were located the previous day in Ivins at Jody Hildebrandt's home.
He tried to sue his own fucking daughter. This guy is a psycho. Yeah, so no sympathy for him. I guess he's worried that the kids will come out and incriminate all of them. You know, because even though Ruby, obviously, and Jody are bad, very terrible people who literally starved children and locked them in a basement, he's scared for his life now, I guess. He's scared for himself. He's worried that he's going to get in a lot of trouble, which, do you know how you make yourself look innocent of child abuse? Sue your daughter. Yeah, that's what you should do. Thank you for the £2, Willow. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
The caseworker informed police they believe Kevin Franke might be home and that he may not be cooperative, which is why they requested police assistance. When police arrived, the caseworker, Sherry, and other family members were already in the home. All of them were further advised that they should not collect any items that do not belong to them or aren't needed for the children, the documents read. But I guess when Kevin arrived back at the home and had time to settle in, after a year of being away and completely abandoning his kids, he realized that some personal items allegedly belonging to him were missing, and he called the police and reported a burglary. KUTV bro, Kevin allegedly reported that electronic items, specifically his electronic journals, were missing. He told officers he believes his oldest daughter Sherry is responsible due to a statement she made in court day.
So she is alleged to have taken his journals. I wonder what the fuck is in those. What is an electronic journal? Do these people not have books? Was the Mormon script written on an electronic journal? Was it written on a Kindle? Like, what does that mean? What do they mean, electronic journal? Can somebody in the chat explain that to me? Am I being stupid? So he was like, oh fuck, she's taken my shit that I've written all of my guiltiest stuff into. Panicked, and he tried to get arrested. Crazy, man. Kevin stated that Sherry is not allowed in the home, and that he believes she entered unlawfully. What? That's your daughter, mate. Kevin states he does not want any of the children mentioned in the home at this time. I again explained that they needed to get essential items of theirs that were in the home. He did not seem to think it was relevant. This guy's a weirdo, man. He hadn't even been to the home in 13 months. How would he know what's missing? How does he know that his crazy wife didn't get rid of it? Vlogs. Oh, so like... What, like... YouTube vlogging stuff? iPad. Oh, his iPad. God, could you imagine what the voice memos look like? They're probably crazy. She grabbed some SD cards. Yeah, God knows. He's chatting shit.
Officer told Kevin the front door had been broken in after a search warrant was served days prior and not broken by his oldest daughter. Kevin stated that Sherry is not allowed in the home and that he believes she entered unlawfully and he wants her charged with burglary. Read an officer's statement. Kevin states that he does not want any of the children mentioned in the home at this time. I again explained that they needed to get essential items of theirs that were in the home, which he did not seem to think was relevant. Like, this poor girl has been through so much. She's had to go off to school on her own, realize how wrong she was treated by her own family, remove herself from the situation, and literally do life without the people who raised her.
Yeah, it's actually heartbreaking. Like, Sherry... This is the thing about these people, right, that just confuses me. Is like... If your daughter meets... You might as well be fucking Amish if you're going to do this shit. Because you don't want your kids to meet anybody. Keep them on the farm, on the 100 acres, and tell them leaving is going to get you kicked out or something. I don't know. If that's the type of child abuse you want to do, surely that's the most effective. Right? Because this is insane, this. Like, the idea that, your kid isn't going to speak to other people are going to be like, oh yeah, my parents didn't really do that shit, and they're all going to be fine. They're going to all turn out fine. And then your kid goes, oh my god, I am just raised so differently. Like, this isn't normal. Like, everybody else would have lived so differently. But also to make your kids famous in the process by vlogging the whole thing. Now, it's kind of like a bit of a theory, and personally one that I actually do subscribe to, that the Mormon Church encouraged the Franke family to start their vlogging journey to spread their religion. To make it go mainstream more. Or that they were encouraged to do so after they started. And I personally believe that. I think they probably were. They've been used almost as like a flagship of that religion. But now look at it. Doesn't make you want to be a Mormon anymore. if you ever did. I guess you might look at it and go, wow, tight-knit family values. They, they're all such perfect kids in the vlog. They all have so much respect for each other and they all look so happy, which they didn't. They all looked fucking miserable. Like, the kids always look miserable. Like, I've been doing so much of this documentary and bloody hell, is any vlog enjoyable? The kids all look miserable. In every single video. So I just don't understand, like, how this was meant to work. I don't get it. I don't get what the selling point was, but that was apparently what it was.
She mended her relationship with her aunts and her uncles and now has to deal with the stress of trials and media and what her mom allegedly did to her siblings. That's a lot for anyone to handle, let alone a 20-something-year-old girl who's in college to deal with. And yet here Kevin is wanting to add even more stress on her by trying to get her charged. KUTV reported that Sherry later returned the items to a police station, which included 3 tablets, 3 cell phones, 3 cameras and GoPros, journals, and passports for Kevin, Ruby, and a sibling.
Oh, so it was literally just camera equipment. But, like, if he hadn't been there in 13 months, there'd be nothing on them of worth. So what would be the point in suing your own daughter about that, apart from just showing that you're an awful person? And that you're pretty much guilty. This is crazy, by the way. This is insane, guys. Friendly reminder, by the way, if you are just new here. I want to say thank you for watching the stream. We're trying to do these like every single week. When I move, we'll probably be doing them a lot more regularly if you like them. I will keep on going live, and we can keep on just chatting to each other and just going through like this crazy shit as it happens, which would be cool. So, thank you for coming by. It's very cool that you guys have come by, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that people come to the live streams and watch it. And also, I know people will be watching the VOD back. So if you're one of the people who watches the VOD, hey man, try catch a live stream eventually. But, I'm moving soon, and I will be streaming for longer at plenty of different times. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss a live stream. And, yeah, that'd be cool. Also, there is clothing in the link in the description below. So if you want to support the channel directly, you can do so by buying one of the hoodies, buying a t-shirt, buying some socks. Means a lot to me. But thank you very much, man. The support has been very cool, and thank you for all of the super chats and people who've become members. It means a lot. Thank you. Oh yeah, this is just insane. Like, this whole story is just crazy. I can't believe it, really. Like, I really can't believe that he sued his own daughter and thought that that was going to make him look good. I don't understand these people.
The police then had to deal with Kevin and had to explain to him that they wouldn't be pressing any charges against Sherry because she was allowed in the home to take items and he hadn't been in the home for ages prior to Ruby's arrest. KUTV continued, the officer said he explained to Kevin over the phone that due to the circumstances surrounding the incident, we would not be filing charges against Sherry and that would be considered a civil issue due to her intent not being to deprive him of the items. He, Kevin, advised that he was going to sue the police department, the officer wrote. Kevin was displeased with this answer and advised that we would be hearing from his attorney. Like, I'm sorry, but this does not sound like a man who took a year away and came back like this changed person. Threatening to sue the police department sounds like a line out of Ruby and Jody's book, and trying to ruin his relationship with his daughter even more by trying to get her charged is disgusting. If there was nothing on any of these devices, would he really be that upset that they were missing? I can see getting upset about a missing passport, but why does he care about notes and laptops and cameras that he probably hasn't seen in over a year now? Kevin's attorney has been heavily participating in media interviews since Ruby's arrest, and he's been trying to paint Kevin as this dad who's trying to save his family, who was manipulated by Jody, and just wanted to have his kids back.
Yeah, I've seen that interview. Very fucking weird behavior that the attorney is doing like a public tour, because like his actual client seems to be making it almost impossible for him to be painted in a good light. I thought at the beginning that maybe there was some semblance of help for Kevin Franke being, I guess, like a human being. But it seems that he is also a crazy religious nut job. So that's cool. What a shame. Just makes me feel sad for these kids, because they have no parents now. They just don't have parents. Like, for the rest of their life. Like, their parents are basically dead to them. You know, because Ruby Frank will go to prison for a long time for what she's done. And, like, if your mum gets arrested for child abuse, you can't really look at her the same way, because you're the child. It's already something that you'll probably be able to forgive them for. And also, I don't think they'd ever change, you know. The thing is with those people is it's ingrained in their head that it's their religion. So, for them, they're just thinking, you know, they're not going to go to prison and be reformed, because they're going to come out and go, well, my religion is right because it's my religion and it has to be right because I've put everything on this. So if my religion isn't right, then why have I been doing all of this? And then they have like a breakdown. Because they have basically done, oh, this has to be correct because this is what God wants, and either it turns out that's not what God wanted. Oh fuck! Thank you, Izzy, for the super chat. It's not what God wanted. Thank you, Angel, for the £5. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's fucking mental. Like, because they're going to have this kind of crazy, I guess. Frankie, by the way. But yeah, I guess some people say Frank, some people say Frankie. Oh, God. Yeah, it's just crazy to me. Because, like, you can't really reform a religious person. They have to become unreligious, which these people won't. They're devout. Like, they will die for this shit. The court is going to be crazy, by the way. When that goes off, it's going to be fucking insane.
Trying to get Sherry charged doesn't sound very let's fix our relationship to me. If anything, he should be thanking Sherry for being the first one to break free of connections and shed light on what was going on. Kevin's lawyer was supposed to have an interview with KUTV, but ended up canceling it and instead offering this statement, which reads, Kevin didn't do either. He and Sherry are working together on bygones and resuming a loving and healthy father-daughter relationship. Kevin is still trying to understand and correct the upside-down world that was dealt him. It's a lot to deal with all at once. Which sounds like lawyer talk for damage control to me. Trying to get his own daughter charged when she's now taking on the responsibility of caring for her two siblings is sick. To me, it sounds like Kevin hasn't changed, and I'm just happy Sherry and the rest of the siblings are far away from that. So far, there's been no jail updates on Ruby or Jody, but when we do find out more, I'll definitely break it all down and let you all know. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about everything down below, and I'll see you next time.
Jesus Christ, man. Well, I guess that's fucking all of that shit, you know. What a crazy, just... Suing your own daughter is just the epitome of insane. When you're trying to paint yourself out like the parent who should be in charge of these kids. I really, you know, hopefully they won't give any form of, I guess, you know, they won't give him the kids. Because clearly he doesn't care for them, doesn't like them. You know, you don't sue your kids, man. Because you think they might have stolen something. You don't call the police on them on a hunch. He comes back, sees the door's been broken into, and assumes that, his 17-year-old daughter broke the door down. What a psycho. What do they think of these of their own kids, that they think that they're capable of that? And they believe that? They believe that they'd be possible doing something like that? Maybe one of the craziest things I've ever had the displeasure of watching. Absolutely insane to me. Genuinely. Like, absolutely fucking mental. I don't know what to say about the 8 passengers. Just fucking wild. And you know, when the court case is over, I wonder what the fuck is gonna happen. You should read the reviews of Kevin as a professor. His students hate him. Where can I read those? Is there a place where I can do that? Kevin Frank reviews. Brigham Young University. Is this it? Okay. He is an amazing teacher, very kind. Never on time and unprofessional. I mean, all of these seem to be good. But they're probably all done by Mormon. The Mormon church probably got on and fucking fixed all of this shit. I'd assume, right? Like, I'm looking at it now. I'd assume that the Mormon church went on and, you know. The downright rude, dismissive, and arrogant is another. Save yourself from the misery if you can and take something with someone else. But, like, look, like, so there's all of these are, okay, look at these. All of these are really bad. Calling him rude, horrible person, right? These are all terrible, right? And then after it goes viral, people start putting in, like, I guess, fake good reviews. Right? Which is crazy. I'd assume that's the Mormon church probably trying to fucking fix that shit up. Wow. Well, that's the end for this live stream today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. That's an update on the 8 passengers. Absolutely crazy. This will now be available as a video on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe. I'd appreciate that. And thank you for the people who super chatted and became members. I appreciate that. It's very, very kind of you. So it means a lot. And yeah, you guys are very cool. So thank you for supporting me. And thank you for watching everything. And thank you for turning up to the live streams. I am going to be working and moving in the next week. So I will be busy. But hopefully I'll still be able to do my live stream from the house on Friday after I've moved in for a couple of days and I've set everything up. We'll see. Hopefully we'll see what happens. Yeah, thank you guys, man. I appreciate it. I'm going to go play the new Call of Duty now. Because why not? And I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for all the support. It means a lot. And I'll leave you with my song because you guys seem to like that. So enjoy, hopefully, and I'll put it out at some point. Bye, everyone.
I stuck on a picture of a brunette. Heart stop with my fingers on the first fret. Fall asleep in your headset. I hang up and I hope that you get rest. Cause I'll stream sad songs through my ethernet. Fade away in my room like a silhouette. I play and I cry all alone as I wish for a place that we can finally call home. Wake up with that feeling in my forehead, still drunk with those feelings I can forget. I stuck on a picture of a brunette. Heart stop with my fingers on the first fret. And I play and I cry all alone. Wake up with that feeling in my forehead, still drunk with those feelings I can forget. I stuck on a picture of a brunette. Heart stop with my fingers on the first fret. Fall asleep in your headset. I hang up and I hope that you get rest. Cause I'll stream sad songs through my ethernet. Fade away in my room like a silhouette. And I play and I cry all alone. As I wish for a place that we can finally call home. Wake up with that feeling in my forehead, still drunk with those feelings I can't forget. I stuck on a picture of a brunette, heart stop with my fingers on the first fret. And I play